Before we get started, and since this is the first video in a series, Chandra, could you just briefly describe NextFifty's mission and what is this organization here for?
Sure. NextFifty Initiative is a Colorado-based private foundation dedicated to funding initiatives that improve the lives of older adult population and their caregivers. Our mission simply is to promote independence and dignity for the aging population by encouraging and supporting innovative, affordable, and coordinated services and initiatives, including those that are focused on the needs of low and moderate income individuals, as well as individuals with physical, cognitive, and/or behavioral disability. NextFifty Initiative's vision is to be a foundation that really challenges the way people think about aging by encouraging innovation, and our goal is that the lives of older adults will be enhanced through the projects that we fund.
Could you take that and sort of give us some idea of how that effort manifests itself in daily lives of people? Maybe a few little stories or images that'll give us a sense of what this looks like in action?
Sure. I think one of the most amazing things about NextFifty Initiative is really how broadly we've funded since our inception. And so we've done everything from supporting programs that really sustain core services that are so vital, to the most vulnerable older adults. And that includes, providing nutrition services, Meals on Wheels, or transportation options, or even in-home care assistance. We've also supported initiatives that really seek to challenge how people think about aging and how we might reframe how we communicate about the aging process, or examine how older adults are depicted in TV and movies, or even what policies organizations should implement to attract more experienced workers. And finally, and especially recently, we've supported some capacity building initiatives and efforts for organizations in a variety of ways, really ensuring that they have what they need to grow and thrive. That could be technology upgrades, a financial audit, or even just building repairs.
Excellent. Well, we're here today to talk about a new thing you've got going on called Flexible Support Funding. Before we get into the details of it, could you just briefly talk about what inspired this new approach?
Well, honestly, 2020 as a whole. And I say that with a bit of a laugh, but it's true. I think we all learned so much throughout 2020, and NextFifty Initiative was no different. One of our organizational values is learning, and we really pride ourselves on that. Over the last year, we've been listening to and learning from community feedback about what organizations need from us, as well as other funders in general. And as we begin working through our strategic plan to develop a longer-term funding strategy, we view this as an opportunity to acknowledge what we've heard and demonstrate our desire to better understand how flexible funding impacts organizations and their ability to serve older adults.
So give us some nuts and bolts then. What does flexible support funding mean exactly?
It really means just that. It's flexible support being offered to organizations or programs that serve or seek to serve older adults. The funds can be used flexibly. So instead of being asked to articulate a specific project plan or budget, flexible support grant applicants will be asked about their organization's and/or program's goals and how the funding will support the achievement of those goals. We want to understand what needs organizations see in the aging community, and then understand how our funding might help address those needs.
So in the past, if I can just try to put it in my own words, the funding would go in a way that would say you have to spend these dollars in a very targeted way, in a very specific program. And now you're saying we're here to give you more flexibility, as the name implies, once you receive the dollars, to apply them where you see the needs that you have identified.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, good. So how does one apply for this type of grant at this point?
We accept applications through our online application system. So no paper applications or other electronic submissions will be accepted. However, the questions that we ask within the application are currently available on our website, next5050initiative.org, along with a link to access our online system.
And who's eligible?
Flexible support grants are restricted to organizations or programs that serve or seek to serve older adults, and will be made to nonprofit entities organized under sections 501c3, 501c4, and 501c6 of the IRS code that are in good standing with the state or jurisdiction in which the organization resides. Governmental entities are also eligible for funding.
So non-Colorado organizations can apply, at least some?
Absolutely. Our foundation is set up to ensure that 80% of the funds we distribute stay here in Colorado, but we do distribute funds nationally, and this funding opportunity will be the same.
And when will you announce recipients in this cycle?
Sure. Award notifications will be made in late October, and then another round of flexible support will launch in January.
And do you anticipate that this approach, the flexible approach, will continue beyond that?
I hope so, and I believe so. Again, I think we've learned a lot. Our goal for this funding opportunity is to, again, help organizations and programs serving older adults achieve their goals and improve their work toward enhancing the lives of older adults. But as we, again, lean into our strategic plan work and really trying to develop a diverse and coordinated and longer term funding and investment strategy, what we learn from flexible support will only help inform that.
And you plan to evaluate the flexible approach at some point in a formal way that really lets you know that this was the right tack to take?
Yeah. Funding opportunity allows us to continue that learning and to develop a greater understanding of how different funding approaches can support older adult serving organizations. And then we'll use that again as we continue to make our funding strategy as we go through this strategic planning process.
Well, 2020 was a rough year in many, many ways, but there are some silver linings, and perhaps this is one of many. But Chandra, thank you so much for your time, and we'll catch up with you down the road.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.